This is Craig out in Warner Valley, having fun with my little brother Garrett. Haven't ridden with him, not really since we were kids. We used to ride as kids up in Salt Lake all the time, and haven't done it for, gosh, it's been 20 years, so it's fun. Logan let him borrow his bike, and we're out here tooling around in Warner Valley. Alright, since this is my first time moto vlogging on the Husky, with a mic plugged in, let me just share with you, if I may, my impressions of the Husqvarna. Can I just say that I love it? This bike, I feel, is perfect for me. Now, I subscribe to Hermit the Vlog when he says that every guy needs the same amount of motorcycles, one more. But for my first bike back and being in dual sport, oh man, just love it. I mean, okay, some people will talk about the KTMs, and basically that's what this is. We'll talk about the KTMs, and their biggest gripe is that they're high maintenance, right? You know, you have to change the oil every 15 hours instead of every, I don't know how many thousand miles you can go on the, you know, like a DRZ 400 or something like that. But you have to change the oil a lot, you gotta check the valves, there's just a lot more maintenance you gotta do on them. And here's my take, and everybody has to just make their own decision on this. But my take is, okay, no problem. Love it. Bring it on. I mean, what? We're really complaining about having to spend an extra hour every 2 or 3 weeks on the bike? An extra hour every 2 or 3 weeks? I mean, come on, people. Now, having said that, I will readily admit, if I could get the performance out of a DRZ 400 or a XR 650 or whatever you want to say, if it gave the same performance as this bike, both, you know, suspension, lightweight, horsepower, the whole thing, then I didn't have to give it so much maintenance. Heck yeah, I'm a lazy guy. If you give me a lazy option, I'll take it in a heartbeat. But that's not the case. The performance you get out of this bike is so flippin' awesome. Fort Pierce Ridge Trail. So I know where I am, but I just don't know what it's called. Guess now I do. First time I went riding out here years ago, I bought my first dirt bike living in St. George. Came out here, and right here, this spot right here, boom, was like it had been washed out by the river. It was like a 4 or 5 feet, like, straight drop off. And the very first time riding out, riding with a bunch of guys. Brent, Nate, you guys know who I'm talking about. Rod. We're all in a line, right? And we're all, you know, 20 yards or so behind each other. And we're doing 30 or, I guess 30 probably. Fast enough on these tight trails though. All of a sudden that was up on me and I was like, okay. And I'm glad I gave it gas and leaned back instead of hitting the brake, because I would have crashed. But I'll always remember that. It was my first time. I hadn't ridden for, you know, 10 or 15 years or something like that. I was on a KTM 300. Loved that bike. It was an older one, but still loved it. So I'll always remember that. Anyway. Now, I'm not dogging on the DRZ 400 or the XR 650 or any of those other bikes. Those are awesome bikes. And like I said, you gotta weigh it. Do you want the performance or do you not care about the performance so much? If you don't need up to 60 horsepower, then, dude, yeah, get yourself a smaller bike or a easier maintainable bike. They're awesome bikes. Dude, as long as you're riding and having fun, that's all that matters. So like I said, you gotta weigh what you want. That's what I did. I mean, this is my only bike right now. I don't know if I said that. I've been bikeless for, 4 years. And I changed jobs. I was a carpenter. Now I'm a programmer. Don't ask. And so I don't need a, I have a truck, tools, but I don't need those anymore. Still use them a lot, but I don't need them for work. And I don't need to drive a truck to work all day, every day. And so, and my truck is getting high on miles, starting to tweak and clatter and clunkety, which all good trucks should do. So I got to a point in my life where, hey, I can start riding a motorcycle to work. Like, all I take with me is my laptop. So I did some research, a lot of research. Like, it took me probably 3 months to buy. Once I decided I was going to, it took me 3 months to do it. And I was almost going to get a KLR 650 because it's cheap, and because, partly because of Everride, watching his stuff. But I quickly decided that I didn't want to sacrifice dirt, because the KLR would be awesome on the street, much better than this thing. This thing, crappy on the street. But I drive, basically the only time I drive on the street is when I'm going to work, which is just a couple blocks. Could have ridden a bicycle, to be honest. Or when I'm getting, going between trails. That's it. This isn't a street machine. It's not designed to be, not meant to be, not wanting it to be. And once I decided that I didn't want to sacrifice dirt at all, then I started thinking. And I was really close to getting a KTM 690. Because it is, from what I can tell, an awesome bike. That does really quite well on the dirt and really quite well on the street. Like, it's more street than this. And it's got lots of horsepower, like tons. Way more than I need, actually. But when it came down to it, like, this is mostly the stuff I like to do. It's just little, double track, single track, traily stuff. But every once in a while, I want to jump. every once in a while, I want to get on the track. Like, if my buddies go to the track, I don't want to take a 690. That's, I mean, I'm sure it'd do okay, but this is a flat-out flipping dirt bike. I didn't even get the S. It's a FE 501, and I just put blinkers on it. And I didn't have to deal with the emissions and all that stuff too. At any rate, this is the perfect bike for me, and so I don't, the increase in maintenance doesn't bother me at all. Now, having said that, if you are not like that way, then this isn't the bike for you. And like I said before, if you're having fun, that's all that matters. So if you're on a flipping scooter, or you're on a KLR, or you're on a BMW, or you're on a Yamaha or Honda or whatever, I'm not a hater. I've had Yamahas, I've had Hondas, I've had Suzukis. I have not had a Cowie, but I love them all. They're all great. They're all flipping fantastic. At any rate, I love this bike. It runs a little warm, but that's like me complaining that a Formula 1 race car runs a little warm. Or, I don't know. That's me coming from air-cooled machines anyway, so it's probably not good for me to even judge it. Okay, here we go. Ready to have some fun. I hate those big rocks. Big rocks suck. That was a dip. Just don't hit the dip. Honda showing me how it's done.